Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I have another Netflix exclusive review for you guys. I'm going to review a horror film on Netflix by the name of Demonic. Pretty much what the main plot of Demonic is, we have these demonic angels that are lurking in the woods. About 5 or 6 teenagers, I believe, go out to the woods and come across these demonic angels and try to survive. That's pretty much the main plot of the horror film on Netflix by the name of Demonic. Overall, my thoughts and opinions on the film called Demonic, I thought it was a pretty decent film. I think overall, I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5-star rating. It wasn't anything too amazing, but it was decent. And let me talk about some of those decent things in the horror film on Netflix titled Demonic. One of those things is that it had an actor by the name of Tom Savini in it. You know, Tom Savini is known for doing several makeup and special effects for, the Dawn of the Dead, the George Romero films, the zombie films franchise. He also directed the remake of the Night of the Living Dead film, another film that, Romero did. And I thought Tom Savini's role was pretty cool in it. He played kind of the guy that, I don't want to say too much, but he knew about the demonic angels. He knew where they came from. He knew how to get away from them. So he knew, I guess you could say, the intel and the information about the demonic angels. So I thought his character was kind of cool. Some of the things he said were kind of goofy, but it wasn't really his fault. It was more of the script, whoever wrote the script, it was more of the dialogues that some of the things he said. It was only maybe 1 or 2 lines. There was one time where he said, like, F me sideways, and, that probably, that didn't need to be there. That was a little too, goofy for my taste. But, so there's actually some other things he said with the dialogue that I actually thought were pretty cool. But overall, I thought Tom Savini's character was pretty cool. He wasn't always, like, most of the time his character was pretty serious. He played his role very serious. It was more where his character became a problem whenever some of the things he said, and it wasn't really his fault. It was more of the dialogue, because the dialogue comes from the script, and that's just whoever wrote the script. That's just the dialogue they wanted to use. But overall, Tom Savini, I thought, was pretty decent acting in this movie, and I kind of liked his character overall because of some of the stuff he said, and I liked how his character knew the information about the demonic angels character. Another decent thing about this movie is the concept and the mythology and the backstory about this movie. I don't want to say too much. I'm gonna get a little minor spoilers though. But pretty much what the backstory of this movie is, that these angels sinned in heaven and they lusted after men, so God, that threw them out of heaven, and now they lurk in the woods looking for both men and women to seduce and to lust after, because they couldn't do these things in heaven. So I thought that was a really cool concept. It didn't really elaborate on it too much. It only referenced it a few times, with Tom Savini's character, and then the very beginning where you see, like, drawings in Tom Savini's house all over the walls and stuff. So, it doesn't elaborate on it as much as it could. Because the movie starts off pretty promising. We have these, demonic angels that are out in the woods, and that's that whole thing. They've been thrown out of heaven, kind of a cool concept. But, it doesn't. I thought I was going to elaborate a little more on it, but it didn't go too far with the concept. It just kind of told you the quick concept in about 5 minutes, and then everybody starts dying. So I thought it could have done a little more with that. I will say, though, that some of the death scenes I thought were done pretty well. You got people getting ripped in half, heads are being torn off, so the movie is pretty bloody, so some of the death scenes are pretty well done. But several times throughout this film, I was just, I was a little annoyed with this film, and let me say a few reasons why I was annoyed. That's why I only gave it a 3 out of 5-star rating. And some of those reasons then is the way the demonic angels seduce you. Most of the scenes in this film is just 3 women kissing on people, so I felt like I was watching like a pornography film half the time, and it was just kind of annoying. Like, I didn't mind when the girls, like, if they were just kissing just a little bit, but like these seductive scenes would go on for 2 or 3 minutes of them just kissing this guy, and all of a sudden when they grew fangs in their teeth, that was fine. I liked the way the fangs looked, had a low budget flair too. I kind of liked that. They would grow teeth and they would start like ripping their jaws off and stuff. That was perfect. But it was annoying having to wait, for, these 3 women kissing this guy for 3 or 4 minutes. It was annoying having to wait for that to happen. And after a while, I just became annoyed with these, 3 naked women, roaming the forest and roaming the woods looking for, men and women both to feast on. And it was almost as if the director, was trying to, make you be turned on or something. And none of these scenes turned me on because it was just annoying after a while to see all these women feast on these men. It was just kind of really annoying, and just after a while, I became sick of it. But then once the actual demonic angels began to feast on the men and women's flesh, then I became interested. But I kept having to wait for that to happen. There's a scene where like this, it was kind of an interesting scene, but it became annoying after a while. Where this guy goes off into like this waterfall, and the 3 demonic angels are swimming around in the water, and the guy comes in there, and the 3 women start to kiss him, and he's like kissing all over them, and it was annoying after a while. Yeah, it was like I was watching like a low budget horror porno movie or something at times. So it kind of verged on the point of that sometimes, I felt. But overall, it was a decent film. Had some nice death scenes in it. Tom Savini was pretty cool, and then like I said, the concept was pretty cool. So if we're having those three decent things in it, I went ahead and was generous and gave it a 3 out of 5 star rating, and that is for the horror film on Netflix by the name of Demonic. So let's go over to my TV and see what the next horror film on Netflix I will be reviewing. And as you can see, here's my TV as always. And if we look at Netflix here, you can see the films that I have recently watched. You can see Hypothermia and Demonic, and I went ahead and changed my my Demonic rating. Let me put that back at a 3. I think it deserves a 3 at least. It had some pretty cool things in there. So if I can change that just real quick, give me just a quick second. Change my Demonic rating to a 3. And then I think I want to go ahead and give my, well, I think Hypothermia deserves a 4. Yeah, it was pretty decent. I was going to change it to a 3, but I enjoyed Hypothermia quite a bit more than Demonic, so I think it deserves a higher rating if I liked it more. So, anyways, yeah, you can see all the stuff I recently watched, and I have reviews for all these films. These are all the films that I reviewed in the past few days. You can see Cherry Tree Lane, and these are all the films that I've reviewed, and reviewed quite a bit in these past few days. A lot of stuff, actually. I put up, let's see, I put up about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this will be like my 10th Netflix review. So I put up quite a few videos in the past few days. So anyways, if we go to, let's go to the horror section on Netflix. I can tell you guys what the next Netflix exclusive review will be. Looks like it's a film called The Grudge 3. I've already seen the first 2. I liked the first 2 quite a bit, so I guess we'll see how the third one is. I haven't heard very good things about it. If it won't be Grudge 3, it'll be Scary or Die, and then maybe Medium Raw, or Dark House. Looks like these reordered themselves quite a bit, so, Well, anyways, looks like the next film will be The Grudge 3. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek for my Netflix exclusive review of the horror film on Netflix titled Demonic. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later for more videos by Centipede Geek.